Hello everybody, welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be a short, slow flow practice. You may want to grab a couple of yoga blocks and just have them handy, and then find your way onto your mat and down onto your back in Shavasana. We will start here, so you make yourself comfortable. Extend the legs down the mat, arms out to the sides, find some space in the armpits. Can give your head a little rock from side to side, and then bring your head back to center. You can turn your palms up to receive, or if you feel like you need some grounding energy today, turn the palms down towards the earth. Also, you are always welcome to bend your knees and bring your feet to the mat. Point the knees up towards the ceiling if extending your legs down the mat does not feel good for your low back. So make yourself comfortable here, your Shavasana, whatever variations you like. And then if it feels okay, you can close your eyes or find a soft, steady gaze. And begin to just allow yourself to arrive. Shed off the rest of your day. No need to worry about what's happening next. Just allow yourself to be here, present in this moment, taking this time for you, being here with yourself, body, mind, breath, and spirit. Take a moment to check in and notice how you feel. How are you doing today? No judgment, just get curious. How does your mind feel? What is your emotional tone? Notice any physical sensations in your body, any areas of tightness or tension, or any areas that feel open and flowing. Notice how your energy feels today. And just assessing what's happening for you in this moment. Bring one hand to heart, one hand to belly, and I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with yourself as you move through this practice today. And you are always welcome to carry that intention off of the mat with you. Why not? Be kind to yourself. And then release the hands, send your legs and your arms up towards the ceiling. You can bend the elbows, bend the knees, give the arms and the legs a little shake, a little shimmy. Then extend both legs up towards the ceiling. You can take the arms down alongside the body, palms to press down, or you could grab a hold of the edges of your mat, or you could lift up your hips and tuck your hands underneath your sacrum here for a little bit of extra support. And then we'll drop the right leg down to hover above the mat. Flex the ankles, press out through both heels, and then bring the right leg back up to meet the left. Lower the left leg down to hover above the mat. Bring it back up, and then a few times. It's finding your pace, lifting and lowering one leg and then the other. And then both legs come back up together. And take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, keep the legs where they are. Curl head, shoulders, torso up off of the mat, and reach the arms outside of the legs. And then release yourself down, reach the arms up overhead, deep breath in. Again, as you exhale, curl it up, arms reach outside of legs, and then one more time, inhale, reach arms back up overhead. And with your exhale, curl it up, arms reaching outside of legs. Release yourself down. Draw knees into your chest, inner edges of feet together, inner legs together. roll your knees around in a few little circles, little low back or sacral massage, and then switch direction of your circles. And then bring yourself to center, and then find your way up into a seated position. And then from here, let's take it into a child's pose with the knees together. Bring your bum back to your heels, belly to thighs, release your forehead down to the mat, or you could stack arms on top of each other, make a little pillow with your arms, rest your forehead, and just take a few deep breaths here, breathing into your back body, back of the lungs. And then reach your left arm forward. We'll thread the right arm under the chest and come down to rest on that right cheek or temple. And then pluck that right arm out from under your chest. Reach your right hand forward and now thread that left arm underneath your chest. If you need to here, you could bring your knees a little bit wider to give yourself a little bit more space. And then reach that left ear or left cheek down to the mat. And then bring yourself back to center. Come back to sit on your heels. If the knees are wide, bring the knees back in. Take your hands forward, tuck your toes under behind you. Draw the heels in towards each other. And bring yourself back to come up and sit up on the heels. And hands can stay on the mat, or you can walk your hands up onto your thighs, opening through bottoms of your feet, broken toe pose. Then we'll take the hands forward, untuck toes, bring yourself into a table position. And then extend the right leg back behind you, hip level-ish. Point and flex the toes, or point the toes, flex the ankle. And then bend the right knee, draw it underneath your body, press into your hands, round your back up towards the ceiling, draw that right knee up towards nose, chest, forehead, and then step that right foot up to that right thumb. Reach the hands up, low lunge. And then take hands down to the mat, or you could grab your blocks here and bring your blocks underneath your hands. And then gently begin to rock yourself back. So hips come back, you roll up onto that right heel, then shift it forward again, right knee comes forward a few times. So rocking yourself back and forth. And again, you could use your blocks under your hands here, and you could walk your hands and your blocks back with you as you come back. You could have the back toe tucked under, or the back toes tucked under. And then bring yourself forward again. Untuck the back toes. If they were tucked, bring yourself back up into low lunge. Hands down to the mat. Step yourself back into your table, and we'll extend the left leg back, hip level-ish. Point the toes, flex the foot a few times, pointing, flexing. And then bend left knee, draw it underneath your body, round the back up towards ceiling, knee towards nose, chest, or forehead, and then step left foot through to that left thumb. And then we'll shift it back and forth here, finding some opening through the back of that left leg. Again, you could use your blocks here under your hands, or just hands to the mat. Shift yourself back and forth. And then we'll bring it forward. Reach the arms up, find your low lunge. And then hands come back down to the mat, bring it back into your table. Now we'll tuck toes under, press into fingers, hands, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Pedal out your legs or bend and straighten your knees. And then we will walk the hands back to meet the feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Bring your belly to your thighs, hinge from your hips, let your head go. Reach arms or hands down to the floor or grab a hold of elbows. Give your arms a sway, your head a little shake or nod, your hips a little sway from side to side. And then bring yourself to center. Hands to your hips, lift yourself all the way up, Tadasana. Let's bring palms together at heart. And then hands to hips. Soften through the knees, root down into that left foot. Bend that right knee, draw it up towards your chest. And then extend that right leg forward, flexing that right ankle, lifting up on that right quad. And then bend that right knee, release that foot down to the mat. And let's take that to the other side. So we'll root down into that right foot, softening through that right knee. Pick up that left knee, draw it up towards your chest. And then extend that left leg out, hug that left femur bone back into the hip socket. Hug up on that quad, and then release that left foot down to the mat. Let's take the arms out and out, palms together overhead. Fold yourself back in, forward fold, and then you can bend your knees a little or a lot. Get your hands down on the mat, walk yourself back out into your downward dog. And then from here, let's walk the feet forward and find your way into a forward fold. Now at the top of your mat again, folding from hips, belly to thighs, let the head go. And then let's take hands to the hips, soften the knees, lift yourself and come all the way up. We'll bring palms together at heart. Reach the arms up. Fold yourself in. And then let's bring it halfway up to a flat back. You can press your fingers into your shins or your thighs or the mat. Reach the tail back and the crown forward, and then soften your knees, fold in. Get your hands down to the mat and step yourself back into a plank. Belly lifted, shoulders over the wrists, and then we'll drop knees to the mat, lower yourself down, pubic bone, belly, torso. You come all the way down, hug the elbows in, lift your heart up, baby cobra, and then release it down, tuck your toes, press yourself up and back into a downward dog. And then we'll bend the knees and crouch it down. Send your right leg up for a three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, draw it underneath your chest, shift forward, core plank, and then step that right foot through to your right thumb. And stay up on ball of that left foot. Bend both knees, hug the right hip back, begin to peel yourself up. High lunge, and then maybe you can straighten the back leg if that feels okay for you. Arms reach up. Hands come down to the mat. Step yourself back to plank. Lower the knees down. Lower yourself all the way down. Hug the elbows in. Lift your heart. Maybe you come all the way up for a full cobra this time if you feel ready. And then release it down. Tuck the toes. Press into your hands and glide your hips up and back, downward dog. Bend the knees, crouch it down. Send left leg up for a three-legged dog. Bend that knee, shift it forward, knee to chest, core plank. Step left foot through to that left thumb. Stay up on ball of right foot. Bend both knees. Hug in through the inner thighs. Lift yourself up. Arms reach up, high lunge. Maybe you straighten back leg. Smile if you feel it. And then hands come down to the mat. Step it back to plank. Now lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Find your cobra, or if you like, take it into a chaturanga, low push-up, and then an upward dog. Roll it forward on the toes, bend the elbows, lower yourself halfway down-ish. Come onto tops of the feet, thighs lifted, pull the heart forward, upward dog. And then we'll tuck the toes and send the hips up and back, downward dog. Step or hop yourself up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Hands to the hips, soften knees, lift it up. Let's take the arms all the way up, palms together overhead, and hands come back down to your heart. Now weight over into left foot, soften through left knee. We'll draw that right knee up towards chest. You can keep the hands where they are or reach the arms out to the side or take hands to your hips. Extend your right leg forward. And then bend that right knee, begin to send that right leg back behind you, coming into a warrior three. So you can find whatever variation you like with your hands. Maybe bring the palms back together here. And then we'll take the fingers down to the mat. Bring yourself into a standing splits. And then bring yourself back up. Right knee comes back into chest. Release right foot down to mat. Let's take weight over into the right foot now. Bend that left knee. Extend that left leg forward. And then we'll bend the left knee, begin to send that left leg back behind you, coming through a warrior three here. And then reach your fingers down to your mat. Send that left leg up and back behind you, standing splits. And then slowly begin to lift yourself up. Draw left knee up towards chest. Extend the leg out and release that foot back down. Sweep the arms out and up. Palms will come together overhead. Hands slide back down to heart. Now grab your blocks. You might want them here. We'll just add on a pistol squat variation here. So let's take hands to hips. Weight into that left foot. Bend the right knee. Begin to draw that right knee up towards your chest. Send that right leg forward. Hug that right femur into the hip socket. Let's bring palms together at the heart. Begin to send the right leg back behind you. Warrior three. And then hands come all the way down to the mat. You bring it into a standing splits. And then here, if you would like, grab your blocks, put them on whatever height you like. We'll begin to bend the left knee, also bend the right knee. Pull that right knee through and lower yourself down. Extend the right leg forward. And then we bend the right knee, begin to pull that right leg back and send yourself back into your standing splits. That was so much fun. Let's do it one more time. Begin to bend that right knee. Draw that right foot through, lower yourself down, and extend that right leg forward. And then we bend that right knee, pull that right leg back up again. Hands come back down to mat. Nose comes towards that left knee, standing splits. And then let's release that right foot down to the mat. Bring yourself into a forward fold. Soften the knees, bring it all the way up. Palms together. Hands back to heart. Let's bring hands to the hips. Take it to the other side. Soften through that right knee. Lift up that left knee. Extend that leg forward. Take palms together at your heart. Slowly, slowly send that left leg back behind you for a warrior three. And then hands come down to the mat. You draw your nose towards the right knee. Send that left leg up and back behind you. And then we'll take hands to mat or to blocks. Begin to bend both knees. Draw that left leg through. And extend that left leg forward as you lower yourself down. Bend the left knee. Begin to send that left leg up and back. Hands come back down to mat. Standing splits. And then one more time, let's take the hands to the blocks. Bend both knees, begin to lower yourself down towards the mat and extend that left leg forward. And then pull that left knee back in, send that leg up and back, standing splits. And then release that foot down to the mat, forward fold. And then bend your knees. Reach the arms forward and slowly lower your bum, boop, down to the mat. Grab a hold of one of your blocks. We'll take it all the way down to the mat, knees bent, feet planted on the mat. Press into your feet, lift up your hips, tuck the block underneath your sacrum. Put the block on the low height. Little supported bridge pose here. And you can stick with this or begin to extend both legs up towards the ceiling. Finding a little supported inversion. And then lower feet down to the mat. Come back to our supported bridge. If you like, you could extend both legs down the mat. Reach the arms up overhead. And then walk your feet back in. Bring the arms back down alongside you. Lift up your hips, pluck out your block. Lower yourself down to the mat. Draw your knees into your chest, inner legs together. Roll the knees around, a couple more little circles. And then switch the direction. And then bring the knees back to center. Find your way up into a seated position. Find a comfortable seat. Bring palms together at the heart. Come back to our intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with ourselves. Thank you so much for sharing this short practice with me today with love and gratitude. Namaste.